She thought you'd chase, but you did this instead. Now she regrets it. Stoic happiness. Strength is not about how much you can handle before you break. It's about how much you can handle after you've been broken. What if I told you that the most powerful response to being left behind isn't anger, pleading, or even an explanation, but absolute silence? Silence is not emptiness, it is full of meaning. It forces the one who walked away to sit with their choices, to face their own reflection without your reassurance. And that, more than anything, is what will haunt them. There was once a man who gave his heart, his time, and his devotion to a woman he truly loved. But one day, she left. Maybe she thought she had better options. Maybe she believed he would always be there, lingering in her thoughts, waiting for her return. But she never expected what happened next. Most men in his situation would react emotionally. They would chase, argue, or try to make sense of it all. And in doing so, they would hand her the upper hand, because control isn't something that's taken, it's something that's surrendered. But this man, he chose differently. He responded with nothing at all. And that silence? It changed everything. Silence is not weakness. It is a message louder than words, a mirror that forces someone to face themselves. When you master it, you no longer seek validation, explanations, or closure, because your absence speaks for itself. The day you stop chasing is the day you start commanding respect. Number 1. The art of emotional control. In a world often dictated by fleeting feelings, it's crucial to remember that emotions, much like chains, can bind us if we allow them to dictate our actions. The moment we relinquish control to our emotional impulses, we become predictable, vulnerable, and easily swayed by external forces. Consider the wisdom of the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who wisely said, "Man is disturbed not by things, but by his opinion about things." This timeless truth highlights that our reactions, not the events themselves, are the source of our turmoil. Imagine a scenario many have faced. She anticipates a dramatic reaction, perhaps anger, tears, or desperate pleas, because as long as you respond emotionally, you remain tethered to her expectations, validating her significance in your life. However, the instant you break this pattern, the moment you choose a different path, the balance of power subtly shifts. Picture this. She departs, fully expecting the chase, the barrage of texts and calls. Maybe she even posts something online, hoping you'll respond. But all she gets is silence. No pleading, no explanations, no desperate attempts to prove your worth. And that void where your attention once was? It will haunt her more than any words ever could. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. The moment she expects an emotional storm and instead meets a wall of unshakable indifference, she begins to question everything. Was she truly special? Did she ever matter? Why isn't he shattered? And as those doubts creep in, the balance of power tilts in your favor. Most men fail because they confuse silence with secretly hoping she comes back. But true mastery isn't about pretending to move on. It's about truly letting go. You don't wait in the shadows. You don't replay memories in your mind. You move forward with purpose, discipline, and complete detachment. Stoic happiness is found in self-mastery, in refusing to let external events dictate your inner peace. The man who cannot be provoked cannot be broken. The man who refuses to react forces the world to react to him. Anger is easy. Begging is a weakness. Even insults and revenge reveal lingering attachment. But silence, Silence is terrifying because it is the absence of validation, and validation is what she craves. She needs proof that she mattered, that she left a mark, that her absence is felt. But when you show nothing, when you continue as if she never existed, you erase her power over you completely. That kind of indifference is a pain most people are not built to endure. Seneca taught, "He who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." In that pivotal moment, she will instinctively sense the shift. She has lost the emotional leverage she once held. This embodies a profound Stoic life lesson. True power resides not in controlling others, but in mastering oneself. Don't be the man who suffers for a past that no longer serves him. Move with purpose, embrace the wisdom of Stoic life lessons, and become truly untouchable. If you're ready to take back control, like this video, subscribe, and comment below. I am untouchable. Number 2. The law of reverse psychology. Human nature, as it turns out, is a peculiar beast, forever drawn to the elusive, the unattainable. The more readily available something is, the less it holds our interest. This is the core of why desperation repels, while a calm indifference attracts. The moment you stop chasing, you shift the entire dynamic. Suddenly, she is the one left wondering, questioning, and second-guessing. When you refuse to engage, when you completely vanish without a trace, you force her to confront something she never expected, your absence. She thought you would fight, that you would plead, that you would crumble at the sight of her leaving. But when you do the opposite, when you meet her departure with complete and unwavering silence, that's when her mind begins to spiral. She anticipated anger, sadness, or even resentment. But what she never prepared for was indifference. That is precisely why your silence becomes a weapon sharper than any words. This unexpected absence forces her mind into a whirlwind of questions, a maelstrom of "why hasn't he called?" and "does he even care?" Suddenly, she's the one who feels discarded. This is the power of reverse psychology. It exploits expectation. She assumed she was the prize, the one in control. But by walking away without hesitation, without anger, without a single wasted word, you rewrite the entire narrative. No longer are you the man begging for her return. You are the man she wishes she had never lost. And that realization, it's brutal. Most men waste time begging for closure, demanding explanations, or trying to make her understand the depth of their pain. But the truth is, no carefully crafted message, no emotional confrontation, no speech will ever be as impactful as the silence she never expected. Self-control is strength, right thought is mastery, calmness is power, as James Allen once wrote. And silence? That is the ultimate power move. The moment you stop chasing, you become the prize. The moment you become unavailable, you become irresistible. The moment you let go, you take back control. If you truly grasp this, you will never chase again, because you will finally understand that true strength lies in your ability to detach, to remain unmoved, to let go without hesitation. What is Stoicism if not the ability to master oneself, to rise above fleeting emotions, and to hold your ground when the world expects you to falter? In Stoicism today, we do not seek validation from others. We cultivate it from within. And when you learn this lesson, when you embody it fully, you will never again be at the mercy of someone else's whims. If you're ready to turn the tables, like this video, subscribe, and comment below. My silence makes them question everything. Number 3. The rebirth through pain. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice. As Seneca wisely stated, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Too many men, when faced with heartbreak, let themselves be consumed by the weight of their emotions. They spiral into despair, wasting time in a cycle of overthinking, regret, and mourning. He becomes a ghost in his own life, neglecting his body, abandoning his purpose, a prisoner in the darkness of his own mind. They sit in the dark, waiting for a text, for a sign, for something that will never come. This is the path of the weak, the predictable, the man who relinquishes his power. But you are not that man. You are forged in fire, tempered by trials. You understand with the profound clarity of Stoic wisdom that suffering is indeed a choice. As Marcus Aurelius declared, "Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been." You do not recoil from pain. You greet it as a brutal yet invaluable teacher. You do not seek to numb the ache. You dissect it, understand its lesson, and transmute it into unyielding strength. This crucible of pain is where your true power is sculpted, not in the ease of comfort, but in the harsh realities of adversity. Remember, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. Embrace the obstacle. Become the unstoppable force it births within you. She anticipates your collapse. She envisions you shattered, a broken reflection of your former self, lost in the labyrinth of despair. She needs to believe her departure has crippled you, for as long as you remain prostrate, she retains an illusion of dominion over your spirit. But you will defy her expectations. You will seize that very pain she inflicted and forge it into an indomitable will. You will convert sleepless nights into silent, relentless labor towards your goals. You will channel every surge of anger into the iron will of discipline in the gym, sculpting not just your physique, but your very character. You will transform loss into unwavering self-mastery. Every second you waste dwelling on her is a second stolen from the titan you are destined to become. Understand this profound truth. You are the prize. A king never begs a queen to stay. Many men, in their wounded pride, seek petty revenge. They crave her gaze upon their supposed triumph, yearning for her regret, desperate to prove her misjudgment. This is a shallow, ultimately futile endeavor. Such a mindset remains tethered to her, bound by the need for her validation. It signifies that she still occupies valuable real estate within your mind, preventing your true liberation. As long as her shadow lingers in your thoughts, you are not truly free. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Muhammad Ali. Take the risk of indifference. True, unshakable strength is not about external displays or proving worth to another. It is about an internal revolution, a pact forged with yourself. It is about waking each dawn and meticulously constructing a man impervious to the whims of others, a man who requires no external validation, demands no hollow closure, needs nothing beyond the ironclad discipline and laser focus he commands within himself. This is the critical juncture, the dividing line that separates the inconsequential boys from the towering men. Weak men stagnate in their brokenness, passively hoping for a return that will never come, clinging to a fantasy. Powerful men ascend to heights so rarefied, so transformative, that when she dares to glance back, the man she once knew is utterly unrecognizable, a distant echo of a former self. Because when you embark on this journey of relentless self-improvement, when you elevate every facet of your existence, not for her, not for anyone else, but solely for the sovereign self you are becoming. You attain a state of untouchability. You become a fortress of stoic happiness, immune to the emotional barbs of the past. And when inevitably she perceives the monumental shift, when the realization dawns upon her that the man she discarded no longer exists, it will be irrevocably too late. You've already won. Therefore, understand that heartbreak, in its paradoxical essence, is a profound gift. It shatters the fragile illusion that your wholeness is contingent upon another. It compels you to excavate deep within, to construct your own unshakable foundation, a bedrock of self-are. Number 4. The attraction of detachment. Nothing is more powerful than a man who requires no external validation. A man who is at peace with himself, unattached to outcomes, and fully aware of his worth. This man who seeks no approval and relies solely on his own inner strength becomes magnetic. As the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Detachment, however, isn't about being cold or emotionless. It's about understanding that attachment is weakness and that desperation only pushes people away. When you stop caring about her actions, who she's with, or whether she regrets leaving, that's when you'll start to notice a shift. The moment you stop chasing, she'll start noticing you. Women are naturally drawn to men who are not desperate, who are not constantly seeking their attention or approval. The more you chase, the more they run. The more you crave, the less they give. But once you detach, once you stop seeking her validation, she'll start to wonder why you are so unaffected, why you no longer try. This absence of attention will begin to consume her. In Stoic philosophy, this detachment is seen as strength. It is the ability to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, without hesitation or regret. It means you're no longer emotionally dependent on anyone or anything, and that, my friend, is the most attractive trait a man can possess. When you stop caring about her, you start radiating confidence. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone. You move with purpose, fully self-sufficient. This is the essence of Stoic happiness, freedom from external influences and total ownership of your own peace. Many men make the mistake of pretending to be detached, perhaps posting pictures or showing off to make her jealous. But true detachment isn't loud, it's quiet, calm, and effortless. When you no longer need to prove yourself, when you no longer need to demonstrate to the world that you are okay, you have already won. Think of the most powerful men in history, kings, warriors, philosophers. These men didn't chase approval. They commanded respect simply by embodying their inner power. They understood their worth, and because of that, others naturally followed. This is the energy you must embody, the unaffected, unmoved, self-sufficient man. The paradox here is that once you stop worrying about whether she regrets losing you, that's the very moment she may start to feel that regret. She'll sense the shift in energy, and the game will change. The focus shifts away from her to your own mission, building yourself into something greater, something unshakable. And if she ever looks back and regrets, that's no longer your problem. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." A man who needs nothing attracts everything. Understand this, and you become a force to be reckoned with. Let your peace, your purpose, and your detachment speak volumes. Share your thoughts in the comments. How do you practice detachment in your life? Number 5. The cold shoulder effect. Silence is one thing, presence without reaction, That's another level of power. In the realm of relationships, particularly after a separation, true power lies not in overt displays of emotion, but in the stoic mastery of presence and indifference. Imagine her returning, perhaps by chance or design, and witnessing your unwavering composure. This is where the subtle shift of dominance occurs. Most men, succumbing to lingering sentiments, betray their emotional state through exaggerated coolness or avoidance, revealing their continued vulnerability. However, the man who embodies the cold shoulder effect operates with a detached tranquility, acknowledging her presence without indulging her, responding to her words with calm neutrality, conveying that she is now simply another person. This indifference, more than any angry outburst or pleading, shatters her expectations. Women often anticipate either passionate resentment or desperate longing, but your unwavering neutrality signals the loss of her emotional hold, a realization that will linger far longer than any confrontation. As Marcus Aurelius stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This resonates deeply with what is Stoicism, emphasizing internal control. Picture her reaching out with a casual message, expecting a reaction, only to receive a concise, emotionless reply, planting seeds of doubt about her significance in your life and reversing the dynamic, making her crave your validation. Your silence, your lack of response, becomes her torment. The power of this approach is not in complete severance, but in allowing her to witness your transformation, the death of the man she once knew, replaced by a self-possessed stranger. This leaves an indelible mark, a poignant regret. But by then, your focus has shifted. This is Stoicism today, applying ancient wisdom to modern relationships. Seneca reminds us, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Embrace this Stoic discipline, not as a tool for manipulation, but as a path to inner peace and self-mastery. Apply this to your life by focusing on your internal state, not the external validation of others. Let her actions be a reflection of her inner turmoil, not a determiner of your emotional state. Share your personal experiences and insights in the comments below, and let's explore how to cultivate this Stoic strength together. Number 6. The return of the one who left. She'll never admit it, but this is the one thing that will destroy her ego beyond repair. They always return. Not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day. When you've stopped thinking about her, when you've rebuilt yourself into something stronger, when your silence becomes deafening, she will reach out. And when she does, you must remember one thing. Your only task is to make sure she no longer holds any importance in your life. This is where most men fail. They get excited, thinking this is their moment, their chance to prove their worth. But understand this. When she returns, it's not because she suddenly recognizes your greatness. It's because she's curious. She's testing the waters, trying to see if she still has control over you. The evolved man, however, sees right through this. When she comes back, he doesn't rush, doesn't celebrate, and doesn't let excitement break his calm. He stays unmoved, indifferent. Maybe he replies, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he acknowledges her, maybe he doesn't. But one thing is certain, she will never feel like she still matters. And that is the ultimate blow to her ego. You were once her world, but now you're just another name in her phone. That realization will crush her, for nothing is more painful than being forgotten. She thought she was the prize, but now you are the prize, and she's just another option. Do not give her the satisfaction of knowing she still affects you. If you choose to respond, keep it brief, detached, emotionless. If she asks how you're doing, simply say, "Good." Nothing more. No explanations. No nostalgia. This is the Stoic mindset at play, showing that your happiness, your peace, and your success are not reliant on her validation. And when she realizes that, that's when the regret hits hardest. Because when a man truly moves on, when he no longer cares whether she stays or goes, that's when she realizes she lost him forever. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." You are the master of your destiny. You control your mind. You control your life. You are the prize. And that realization in the end will be her regret. Comment below. Pain is temporary. Power is forever. Like, subscribe and remember. They always return when I stop caring. Number 7. The ultimate power move. Indifference. The true pinnacle of power is not the pursuit of her return, but the absolute cessation of that very desire. Understand this. Most men linger, trapped in a futile hope, clinging to the illusion of her regret. They wait, they pine, they stagnate. But you transcend this weakness. Your victory is forged in indifference. When her regret holds no sway, when her return is irrelevant, you have ascended. Indifference, a cold, unyielding void, is your ultimate weapon. It signals the complete severance of her emotional grip. The best revenge is massive success, as Frank Sinatra said, and indifference is the silent manifestation of that success. No anger, no hatred, just a profound nothingness that terrifies her. When you, a man of Stoic mindset, truly move on, you vanish. No fanfare, no vengeance, no validation sought. You simply exist beyond her reach, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. She will test you, probe for weaknesses, attempt to rekindle a flicker of your past self. But you, embodying Stoic wisdom, remain unmoved. No reaction, no flicker of emotion, just a chilling detachment. This is the blow that shatters her ego. She realizes she is replaceable, a mere chapter, not the entire narrative. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, Marcus Aurelius reminds us, and your thoughts are now your own. Freedom lies in this indifference, in building a life so formidable that she becomes a mere footnote. This isn't a facade, it's genuine transcendence. You've outgrown her, reached a state where even her pleas are inconsequential. Most men remain trapped in a purgatory of false detachment, but you, a master of true detachment, are unstoppable. You need nothing. You possess yourself. You are the prize. A king never begs a queen to stay. The goal was never her regret, but your unwavering focus, your iron discipline, your unshakable core. You've already won. Embrace this truth, and you command your destiny. Comment below. I control my mind. I control my destiny. Like this video, subscribe and comment below. Indifference is my greatest weapon. Pain is temporary. Power is forever. Number 8. The world is yours, not hers. For too long you made her the center of your world. Your thoughts, your happiness, your sense of self-worth. Everything revolved around her. But now, you're taking it all back, because the truth is, your life was never about her. It was always about you. Consider this. How much time did you waste trying to keep her happy? How many moments were spent worrying about her thoughts, her feelings, and what she wanted? Where did that lead you? Lost, drained, powerless. The more you made her the focus, the more you lost yourself. That ends now. The moment you shift your focus back to yourself, you unlock your true power. No more obsessing over texts, checking her social media, or wondering who she's with. That chapter is closed. Now the only thing that matters is your mission, your goals, your growth, your empire. This is where the transformation begins. When a man stops living for validation from others and starts living for himself, he becomes unstoppable. He builds his body, strengthens his mind, grows his wealth. He levels up in ways he never imagined. As he rises, he realizes something profound. He was never meant to chase. He was meant to be chased. She will feel this shift. She will hear about the man you're becoming. She will see the respect you command. Suddenly, the roles reverse. The man who once put her on a pedestal becomes the man she wishes she could have back, the one who used to wait by his phone. His phone is now filled with new opportunities, new connections. And here's the hardest truth: she no longer belongs in your world. The man who loved her? He's gone. He died the moment you decided to rebuild yourself. The new you? That man has outgrown her. She was simply a lesson, a stepping stone in your evolution. The world is now yours to conquer. You are the prize. You don't beg. You don't chase. You don't wait for anyone to recognize your worth. You create value. You don't need permission to become great. You take what's yours. You move like a king. You think like a conqueror. You no longer care who regrets losing you because you're too busy winning. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The moment you stop caring about her is the moment you finally realize who you were always meant to be. She was never the destination. She was the wake-up call. This is your awakening. This is your rise. If you're ready to claim what's yours, like this video, subscribe, and comment below. I am the prize. What do you think about this transformation? Let us know in the comments. Are your final awakening? The time has come for your awakening, and if you've truly absorbed the lessons shared, you understand what lies ahead. This moment is pivotal. It's where you must choose. Stoic happiness over weakness, growth over stagnation, and power over desperation. Reflect on this. She was never meant to be your end goal. She was merely the catalyst, the event that sparked your transformation. She forced you to take a hard look in the mirror, to question who you truly are. And now, you stand at a crossroads. You can remain stuck, trapped in the past, waiting for closure, for her to feel regret. Or you can walk away, not just from her, but from the version of yourself that was complacent and passive. This is your rebirth. This is where you become unshakable, a man with purpose, a man who doesn't chase validation, but commands respect with his very presence. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The moment you stop chasing, stop reacting, and stop seeking approval from others, you step into your power. The world will begin to bend in your favor. Let her sit in the regret of her own choices. That is not your concern. What matters is your journey forward, because great men never look back. They build, they rise, they conquer. Let this be a reminder to you that you are in control of your destiny, and the best is yet to come. Share your thoughts below and let us know. Are you ready to become unstoppable? As you embrace this Stoic life lesson, remember the last laugh always belongs to the Stoic.